Hello. If you're watching this video, it's because you received an invitation inside your food packet this month to this Facebook page. We are Ocala Guardians. My name is Dave. I'm one of the many faces involved as far as going ahead and organizing to get the food packets together, the toiletries to meet you once a month on Sunday. We are not a non-for-profit organization. We're not connected to a church. We're not a corporation. What we are is just regular household individuals who live in Ocala that have a message. We want to let you know you're not alone. We see you. So this is our way of being able to go ahead and reach out and be of assistance and help. So on this Facebook page, you're going to go ahead and find our messages previously of what we've done to actually organize previous months. You'll see what we've asked for. You'll see who responded. You'll see how we actually organize to do what you see us do for you. So by all means, interact, comment, like, it's there for you. The other aspect that you get to go ahead and do is interact with the people that donate directly. You'll be able to actually thank them and tell them, if anything, what this is meant for you. So you are more than welcome. Please feel free. Ultimately, what this is here, Facebook is here for, is to go ahead and start something that's not really common in our society today. A dialogue, a form of communication, to be able to go ahead and share your experience with those who are homeless, with those who have a home, of what you actually go through. And believe it or not, your experience is actually more valuable than you realize. For example, a lot of the people that donate was horrified to find out that you folks pay $8 a night to stay at the Salvation Army for room and board. They seriously thought that their donations to Salvation Army took care of that. And they didn't know you had to actually pay to stay or you were out on the street. They didn't know that. They also didn't know the conditions that was in the Salvation Army reported by you guys. They also don't know what you guys go through for background checks in order to stay there. And if you can't meet any of those requirements, you have to stay in the woods. That includes whether you have kids, mothers, fathers, doesn't matter. They didn't know that. So your experience is actually invaluable, because what it does is it allows people that come from households to understand what your daily life is like. And believe me when I say, they don't. And if it's the one thing I've learned in life, is that if people don't understand, they're not going to help. But if you can get them to understand and comprehend, action is effortless. So, and that's the main goal of this Facebook page, is to start an honest dialogue and open communication, to let people ask you questions that they've been afraid to ask. I think one of the most powerful moments I had was when we first started this effort. It started from Thanksgiving, and a group of us had gotten together and said, we have Thanksgiving every year. It's become tradition, habit. What would happen if we take all that food and instead of giving it to us that we don't really need, and packing it up in to-go boxes and feeding the homeless? That's actually how this all started. And one of the complaints of people not wanting to participate was that the people that they see begging on the street corners is the same person that has a full-time job and made their subs at Subway. So they don't really need the money. They don't really need the effort. We're wasting our time is what they told us. So when I met some homeless folks under a bridge, and said we were coming Thanksgiving, will you guys be around so we can feed you? I asked them that question and said, a lot of people don't want to go ahead and give because they see you working a full-time job. I don't mean any offense, but what do you guys have to say about that? And the gentleman looked me in the eye and said, that's absolutely true. I work a full-time job. What people don't understand is that it's not enough money to pay room, board, utilities for a month. So yes, I work a full-time job. Yes, I parked in that car right over there. And I'm going to get in it and go to the woods with my family in a tent. because afterwards that's all we can afford. It doesn't pay enough to actually live, and that's minimum wage. People don't understand that. So your experience is more important than you think, because it gets people to understand not what the issue is, but more importantly, what needs to change specifically. And like I said, once people understand, action is effortless. So your participation in this Facebook page is really essential to us. So you'll see in the upcoming months, there'll be topics that's brought up. A donator may ask a question directly. Hop on there, be honest, and answer it for them. It's encouraged. So some do's and don'ts as far as the Facebook page. By all means, participate. We've already gone over that. Some don'ts. While we're here to go ahead and be of service, what we have to watch for is watching the donators as far as going ahead and being hit up directly for funds. So what I'm saying is, while you do have your situations, this Facebook page is not here for you to hit up the donators directly to tell them your situation and ask them for money. Reason why. If the donators go ahead and feel like that they have to block Ocala Guardians because they're being harassed by people from Ocala Guardians, we didn't just lose a member on the Facebook page, we lost a donator. That just doesn't affect your situation, it affects everyone's situation that's homeless, because that's less money to do what we do. So I want you guys to understand, while you may have your situations, in this going ahead and doing that, you're tripping over 100 to pick up a penny. It's a temporary stop of going ahead and trying to get money for your situation to not see us out there once a month to supply these things for you. So if that does happen, you will be blocked from the Ocala Guardian Facebook page. Like I said, it's a place to educate, to explore, to communicate, to open a dialogue. But as Mary J. Blige said, leave your situations at the door. It will go ahead and allow and keep the spirit of what this is meant to be pure and keep it whole. The other thing that we ask is proselytizing. Any posts that go on here, you're not going to see anyone that's going to go ahead and do something particularly religious. Spiritual is okay, religious is not. It's not that this Ocala Guardians is against religion. In fact, many of us are very religious. The people that are involved that do this once a month for you are Christians, Muslims, pagans, Buddhists, you name it. And regardless of your background, whoever it is that wants to donate, we want you to donate. We don't care what your religious background is. We come from a very simple philosophy, and believe it or not, you folks in the street taught it to us. Because when we first got out there, before you folks would accept any aid from us, the first question you had was, what church do you represent? It confused us. We didn't understand. And when we gained more experience as to why you were asking that question, we were again shocked and horrified that in order to get fed, you had to go through an hour, if not more, of proselytizing for that food. You should never proselytize for someone that's hungry. Feed them. Religion comes afterwards. No one listens when they're hungry. So to us, on one side, for those who donate, I don't care what your religion is. If you think it's that great and you want to practice its principles, this is the place to do it. Donate, get involved, come on the streets with us. I don't care what you worship. It's action, not speech. Practice what you preach. For you guys that receive the aids, you shouldn't have to go through that to receive a sandwich. It really is just that simple. So we ask, you won't see our members on the Facebook page proselytizing. Equally, we ask you not to post such stuff, to go ahead and keep it equal, to keep the spirit of what we're doing pure. Other than that, if you have any questions, hit us up, hit our inbox. Welcome, enjoy, and you'll see us out there.